Once upon a time, in a small, peaceful village surrounded by lush meadows and rolling hills, there was a forest known as the Whispering Woods. The trees in the forest were tall and ancient, their branches intertwined to form a dense canopy that barely let the sunlight through. The villagers often spoke of the forest with a mix of wonder and fear. They believed the woods were enchanted, and that they could hear whispers whenever the wind rustled the leaves. At the edge of the village lived a young girl named Ilara. Ilara was curious and brave, with a heart full of kindness. She was the daughter of a woodcutter, and though she loved her father dearly, she had always been drawn to the mysteries of the Whispering Woods. While other children were warned to stay away, Ilara was fascinated by the tales of magic and the unknown that surrounded the forest. One crisp autumn evening, as the sun began to set, Ilara sat by the fireplace with her father. The flames crackled and danced, casting flickering shadows on the walls. "Father," she began hesitantly, "why do people fear the Whispering Woods? Have you ever gone deep into the forest?" Her father, a strong man with gentle eyes, paused for a moment before answering. "The woods are ancient, Ilara. They hold secrets that even I don't fully understand. But it's not just fear that keeps people away, it's respect. The forest has a life of its own. Those who enter must do so with a pure heart and an open mind." Ilara's curiosity grew with her father's words. That night, she lay in bed, thinking about the forest and the whispers she had often heard while playing near its edge. They were soft, like the murmur of distant voices, always just beyond her understanding. She wondered what they were trying to say and if she might be the one to finally understand them. The next morning, as dawn broke and the village was still wrapped in the quiet of early morning, Ilara made up her mind. She would enter the Whispering Woods and discover its secrets. She packed a small bag with some bread, cheese, and her favorite blanket, then slipped out of the house while her father was still asleep. As she approached the edge of the forest, the trees loomed overhead, their leaves rustling in the breeze. Ilara hesitated for a moment, feeling a mixture of excitement and apprehension. But her determination pushed her forward, and she stepped into the woods, the dense undergrowth crunching softly beneath her feet. The forest was even more enchanting than she had imagined. Sunlight filtered through the leaves, creating dappled patterns on the forest floor. The air was cool and filled with the earthy scent of moss and pine. As Ilara ventured deeper, she began to hear the whispers again. They were clearer now, not just the sound of wind through the trees, but actual voices, gentle and melodic. "Welcome, Ilara," the whispers seemed to say. "We have been waiting for you." Ilara's heart skipped a beat. She wasn't afraid, but she was filled with wonder. She followed the sound of the whispers, which seemed to guide her along a hidden path that wound deeper into the heart of the forest. As she walked, the trees around her seemed to grow taller and older, their trunks thick with age and their roots winding through the earth like ancient veins. After what felt like hours, Ilara reached a clearing unlike any she had ever seen. In the center of the clearing stood a tree far larger and older than the rest. Its bark was silver, and its leaves glowed with a soft, golden light. The whispers grew louder, and Ilara realized they were coming from the tree itself. "Who are you?" Ilara asked, her voice barely above a whisper. The tree's leaves rustled in response, and a soft, gentle voice spoke directly into her mind. "I am the heart of the forest, the source of all life in these woods. You, Ilara, have been chosen to be the guardian of this place." "Me? A guardian?" Ilara was surprised. "But I'm just a girl. How can I protect the forest?" The heart of the forest seemed to smile, though its expression was felt rather than seen. "It is not about strength or size, Ilara. You have a pure heart, filled with love for all living things. That is why you have been chosen. The forest has sensed your kindness, your curiosity, and your bravery. You are the one who can hear the whispers and understand them." Ilara felt a warmth spread through her, a sense of purpose she had never felt before. "What must I do?" she asked. "Listen to the whispers," the heart of the forest replied. "They will guide you. The forest has many secrets, some that must be protected, and others that must be shared. You will help maintain the balance between the forest and the village, ensuring that both thrive in harmony. Elara nodded, understanding the responsibility that had been placed upon her. She felt a connection to the forest, as if the trees, the animals, and even the very soil beneath her feet were all a part of her. As the days turned into weeks, Elara returned to the forest every day. She listened to the whispers, learning the ways of the woods, the language of the trees, and the songs of the birds. The forest began to trust her, revealing its hidden wonders, a glade where flowers bloomed year-round, a spring with water so pure it healed those who drank from it, and a cave where ancient symbols glowed with a soft, mysterious light. The villagers soon noticed the change in Elara. She was more confident, more at peace, and her presence seemed to bring a sense of calm to those around her. Word spread about her connection to the Whispering Woods, and the villagers began to seek her advice on matters related to the forest. If a tree needed to be cut for wood, Elara would listen to the whispers and guide the woodcutters to the right tree, ensuring that the forest remained strong and healthy. One day, a drought struck the village, and the crops began to wither. The villagers were worried, and some even feared that the forest would no longer provide for them. Elara, sensing their distress, went deep into the forest to seek the heart's guidance. When she reached the ancient tree, she placed her hands on its silver bark and closed her eyes. The whispers grew louder, and the heart of the forest spoke. The drought is a test, Elara. The balance between the village and the forest must be maintained. The villagers must learn to give back to the earth, to nurture it as it nurtures them. Elara understood and returned to the village with a plan. She gathered the villagers and explained that they needed to work together to restore the balance. They would plant new trees, dig channels to guide water from the forest springs to the fields, and share what little they had with the creatures of the woods. At first, the villagers were hesitant, but they trusted Elara, and they followed her lead. Slowly, the forest began to respond. Rain clouds gathered over the village, and soon, gentle showers began to fall. The crops revived, the rivers flowed again, and the forest seemed to glow with renewed life. The villagers celebrated Elara, calling her the guardian of the Whispering Woods. But Elara never sought fame or recognition. She was content knowing that the forest and the village were in harmony, and that she was fulfilling her role as the guardian. Years passed, and Elara grew into a wise and respected woman. The Whispering Woods thrived, and the villagers flourished under her care. The bond between the village and the forest became stronger than ever, and the whispers of the woods were no longer feared but cherished. And so, the tale of Elara, the guardian of the Whispering Woods, was passed down through generations, a story of balance, respect, and the power of a pure heart to protect and nurture the world around it. The end.